Okay, now it's time for the dinette slide out. There is nothing to make sure that you undo or brace or anything like the ends. So this is pretty simple. You gently pull on it. If you feel any hesitation, like it's not pulling, stop. Don't pull any harder. Go inside the pop-up and see what's blocking it from pulling out. The reason I say that is I broke a piece of wood off on the inside because I was just manhandling it and I thought it's just stuck. I need to pull on it harder. If you feel any hesitation, stop, go inside the pop-up, make sure there's nothing on either side of this slide out that's preventing it from fully moving out. So I don't feel any hesitation this time, so I'm pulling on it gently. And then again, it won't pull anymore once you've reached its full pull-out state. Each end has a button. That's what you'll attach to the actual side of the pop-up. So you hear the snap. And then from there, you have a similar Velcro like you do on the bed ends. You'll attach, pull this down, firmly attach it to the slide out. The same on this end. You have a button. Attach the button first, and then pull down the Velcro to attach it firmly. Okay, that's the slide out. Okay, now it's time to gently slide out the queen size bedding on the back side of the pop-up. Gently pull it out until it doesn't pull anymore. You'll feel the resistance and then stop. Once you do, you'll see that this is not attached, and that's on purpose. See the seam right here, the sewing? This seam will actually be on the bottom edge of this metal. So you pull it gently until it's right there on the bottom. You see this is Velcro. Underneath is a Velcro strip. Take the back and just temporarily do that for now. Do the seam, make sure that seam goes along the bottom of that metal piece all the way. Then attach your Velcro just by pushing it down to the bottom piece of the Velcro. Make sure it's tight. By doing that, no insects or rain comes in. Then once the back is Velcroed down, you'll do the sides Velcro. But I forgot a piece. Undo the back. Lift up the bed just slightly. Once you have it out, pull this up just ever so slightly. The bed, pull it up with your fingers. You'll see two bars, two metal bars. Pull those bars out. You'll see that two ends are bent and two ends are straight. The straight ends will go into the bumper and the bent ends will go in underneath the bed. Okay, here's where the straight end of one of the pipes goes into the bumper right there. And use your shoulder underneath, gently lift, and slide it into that metal piece right there. The same is true for the other side. The straight end into the bumper, and then the flat end against the bed, and gently lay it back down. Now that you've installed the braces, it's time to attach the canvas to the bed. You'll see that there is stitching right here, a double stitching, not here in the bottom, but here in the middle. You'll take this stitching to be right here on the edge of the metal, so that when you line it up, it's right at the base. So this seam should be flat with the base. Then go to the other side and do the same thing. Make sure this seam is along the base of the metal piece underneath it. Then the first piece to attach underneath the bedding is the end piece first. Go through and make sure you get a good attachment. It keeps out the bugs and if it rains during the night. Once that happens, there is another Velcro strip along the edge here. As you can see, there's Velcro. That's the way they all look. Gently pull it down, line it up with the Velcro. You can feel it, you don't have to actually look at it. And attach this side, and then attach this side to Velcro. Again, just feeling and making sure that the two pieces of Velcro line up. And that is the queen size bed setup. And now for the king size pull out. This one is set up a little differently than the queen size. Before you even pull it out, you have to get 2 of the 4 bars that holds up this king. So gently raise up the bed and you'll see 2 long pieces. Pull those out. Very gently keep holding the bed up so that you don't rip a hole in the bed with the pieces. Now these are straight on one end and bent on the other end. What you will do is each of these attach in 2 different places. The straight end goes into this groove that is out from the trailer. The bent end goes into this metal holder. I'm trying to make sure you can see the view here. So gently lift this up and then place inside that holder. As long as that feels secure, you're good. Now the same is true for the other side. First step is to hook it into the frame of the trailer first, and then hook it into this piece. You'll see it's secure, it's not falling down. The next step is to gently pull out the bed. So get your hand into the metal piece right here and gently start pulling on that. Until you can't pull it anymore. You'll feel it tight. You won't pull anymore. Don't pull it any further than that. There are 2 more pieces of bracing. Again, this is like the other one. There are 2 flat side pieces and there are 2 bent pieces. The flat side goes in on the frame just above where you put the other frame in, into that groove. Then gently use your back and just lift and slide into the groove like on the other bed. Same is true for this side. Use the flat end on the trailer. Gently lift and place into the groove underneath the bed. The next step is to follow this seam right here, the stitching. Make sure it comes to the bottom of this metal piece. It's the first step. Make sure this groove or this piece lines up at the bottom. next step is to do the same on this side. Gently pull out. It's going to take a little force, but gently pull out. You don't want to do it too hard, you may rip the canvas. Make sure that this seam is right there at the bottom of the metal. Attach the end part first, remembering to make sure it's taut and firmly attached. Again, this keeps out. It's moved on me, so I'm gonna move it back down. So you see right there is where the metal is, right there. Okay, then I'm gonna attach this, make sure it is level and firmly attached. Then attach both ends. And make sure it's firm all the way around. Okay, that's the king size pull out.